I had like such an interesting clinic. Nothing can stop it. Crazy clinic day today. Sometimes you are hitting the wall with some things that are out of control. Oh, it's my day off. Give me a break. Ah! Good morning. So much sun on my face. Today is Monday. New vlog for all of you. It's my clinic week, so morning for me is half day. I generally try to take Monday morning half days because I want to avoid the Monday blues. So this is my time to study, do whatever I want to do. And in the morning we had a small morning report session which I did from Zoom. And now I'm going to quickly review patients for today and then get to like some research work, hopefully. I'm with clinic. And I have a cute little plant which my friend gifted to me. Perks of having nice friends. I just look so neat today. Guys, I'm back in my habitat. I'm going to make something to drink, something cold. I'm very thirsty and the weather outside was so hot. And I'm also going to eat something. I am thinking to eat something light right now. Then I will go to the gym around 7. And then at night again eat something light. I've never tried this, but I'm going to do this. Maybe experiment this and see if it works. I mean, if I don't feel hungry later, I'm not going to eat. But if I do, then I'm going to give myself the liberty to have another small meal. So for this meal, I'm going to maybe eat quinoa with fish, like a small portion, and if I feel hungry after coming to the gym again, then I will probably have some egg and toast. You want to see what I make for my drink? Of course you want to see. I'll show you. Here you go. Here's the drink and it is so amazing. I know it's not focusing, but look at this. If you're wondering what I'm going to do now, I'm going to finish up my clinic notes from today. I already signed one in clinic. Rest is also half done. I mean, rest of the notes. I still just have to like conclude it and sign it, so it would not take long. And then I'm going to like continue on to the research work that I was doing. And I know that I keep mentioning about like research and like I'm working on this, etc. But also keep in mind that there are like small time blocks during the day when I'm doing it, and it's not like I'm spending my whole day doing it. So I might keep saying it, but I'm actually not having that much progress because I'm doing it in very small blocks. So like in a time I'm probably able to review one article, which makes nothing in the big picture because you have to review many articles, and sometimes you read the whole article and you realize that, oh, this is not even significant for me. You don't get to know it until you like analyze it briefly. So yeah, like even if you're hearing me say research or working on the research part or like doing the literature review of something, it's like small little steps that I'm taking, and it's not like I'm doing like lots and lots and lots of research. So please don't think that you are not doing enough or I'm doing too much, because neither am I doing too much, nor are you letting yourself down. I'm done with the note. It took me like 15 minutes to finish it. And then I was having my dinner. I was about to say lunch, but it was not lunch. And then I watched something on YouTube. So basically I did not do anything related with research, just FYI. It is almost 7:30. I'm going to go to the gym. So I'm going to quickly get ready. I'm going to wear the same t-shirt. I don't feel like changing in any way. I'm going to do legs today. I'm going to wear like leggings or a trouser underneath, but I'm going to keep this t-shirt because the upper body is not going to get touched today. So this doesn't matter really. All set. Let's get moving. My plan is to do a 6-day streak for the gym this week. So today would be day 1 of 6, and I hope to keep it up. And I think I'm quite confident I'll keep it up because I have you guys to be accountable to. So I'm definitely going to keep it up. From the gym, it was a wrong decision to not change the top because I got a bit sweaty, and now this is like a bit sweaty. Very light. It will probably dry out if I want to be too lazy and not change. I'm just thinking of my mom and how she would yell at me if I would not change. But guess what? I'm living alone. I can do what I want to. But anyway, the gym was very full. So my leg day was not as good as I would have expected, mostly because the machines and the benches were not that free. So I think it's still better than doing nothing. So I'll take that. And I'm doing a 6-day streak. So day number 1 done. If you are not following me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. I am posting there about my goal of doing a 6-day streak, and other people are joining me in it. So you should do that too. Join the herd, join the community, and we'll have more fun there. If you do not remember, I talked about like changing my mattress, which I've been planning to do. Not changing, but basically getting the same one, but a new version of it because mine had some problem and I'm working on replacing it. So I finally talked to the person on the weekend and negotiated with him. So finally I just have to pay the shipping and no extra money, and they will replace my mattress. So I will have a fixed mattress, a new one actually. So that's good. I'm so sleepy right now, I can't tell you. Oh, look at my stand. This is the stand to which I record everything, just sitting in the background. I actually lied to you, I'm sorry. I'm not going to have another meal. I already feel full and I don't see a point in just having another meal, only because I thought that this would be a great idea because I'm full. I had a good portion of protein in my meal. There were some carbs as well, so I don't think I need to have another meal unnecessarily. I'm probably going to have some nuts and then I'm actually going to go to bed. I might also like pre-round on my patients for tomorrow in the clinic, but that would totally depend on how sleepy I am because all the pre-rounding is very quick and doesn't take too long. But knowing myself, I know when I get sleepy, nothing can stop it. Here is my nuts and I'm going to go to bed. Actually, I'm not going to go to bed right away, but I'm going to end today here. So good night. Guys, it's Tuesday morning. I have to get ready for clinic. This morning I am in subspecialty clinic and that is movement disorders. So I'm going to see patients with one of our attendings, and after that I have my own clinic. So that's how the day is going to look like. I'm heading home. My clinic, crazy clinic day today. It was busy. Not busy, like I had the same number of patients as I usually have, but complicated. Plus there were some patients who were actually new patients, but they were scheduled as follow-ups, meaning the visit time was shorter than what it should be for a new patient. So that became complicated and I was actually very late for my last patient. So I asked one of the other resident, he could help me out and see my last patient because the patient was sitting in the waiting room for so long and that doesn't make sense, and he did it for me, so that's nice. Yes, I'm home. I already told you like how my clinic was. It was also like a kind of a bit depressing because one patient did not have a great prognosis of what she had and the other patient did not have a good like social situation. So yeah, it just made me sad. These are the things that we deal with everywhere. Doctors deal with in every country, every part of the world. You want to do a lot for your patient, but sometimes you are hitting the wall with some things that are out of control. So yeah, that made me a little bit low for some time, but then always remind yourself about the times where you are able to help others and when you are able to do so many things. And even if that is not a great diagnosis, you are helping the patient and the family to help them know and understand the diagnosis and give them the coping mechanism of that diagnosis. So that's something to remind myself and to take away. But right now I'm very, very, very hungry. I need to eat something. I am also going to make some cold coffee because the weather was hot, but I think it rained while I was in clinic, so it's a bit, nicer outside. So I like cold coffee. I'm going to make cold coffee. I'm going to make, and by cold coffee I mean Indian cold coffee, if that doesn't make sense to you. And I'm going to eat something and I will finish up my notes. One note I already did in clinic. I have 2 more to do for myself and 2 from the subspecialty clinic in the morning. I will see if I have time to do the subspecialty one. Otherwise I should be able to do it tomorrow as well. And yeah, that's it. It's almost 10 p.m. I got done with the gym, then got home. Quickly heated up my dinner and had my dinner and also did my prayers before that. What I wanted to share is regarding the workouts. So today I had like less amount of time for my workouts because it was already 7:30 by the time I was trying to go down, and in between I got a call, so it was lesser time for me and I tried to come back around 8:30 so that like my bedtime is not affected. In that case, when you have limited time, and this is something I do every time. I don't use my phone when I'm in the gym so that I don't have any more distractions. I'm being very efficient, and generally I'm training like 2 muscle groups at the same time. So if I'm doing like, let's say, biceps, I would be probably doing like chest with it. So if I do one exercise or one set of biceps, I'm going to alternate it with one exercise of chest. That way I can take break from one muscle group which I was doing, so that I'm not in that fatigue with that muscle group. But in that small break time, I am actually doing a different muscle group. So I'm also getting the break from the first one, but I am actually utilizing that time to do another exercise, if that makes sense. This really works out well and is very time efficient. Don't get that much tired between these alternate sets unless you are going too heavy and you are going too much towards muscle hypertrophy or bulking and you're going heavy on your weights. Then it might not be very good for you to do, but otherwise it is really easily manageable. And I think this is something I would recommend to be efficient with your time if you have limited time in a day. Just got done with the call. It was like video conference. It is a secret project that I'm working on, so I will reveal it in the future. I also got done with the clinic today. So today is Wednesday, and Wednesday is generally like half day morning, half day we have clinic, and the rest of the half day either we have grand rounds or we don't have anything scheduled if you are outpatient. Since I'm on clinic and grand rounds are not started yet, and grand rounds will start like in September, so I did not have anything scheduled for the afternoon, and that is why I am home early. Got in shower done. I just realized that after I take a shower, my face is like bright white. It is also the lighting on my face, but actually it gets much more cleaner after I take a shower. I did not tell you much about like clinic patients. I'm going to update you about that. Actually, let me update you about that. But today, one of my clinic patients actually wanted to do a virtual visit, which we are currently not doing, at least in the resident clinic. So I could not do that with them. So I messaged them that, hey, I'm sorry, we cannot do virtual visit. So that appointment got cancelled. And then I had like other patient. So one patient was following up with us after almost 2 years with complaint of migraine headaches and fibromyalgia, mostly stable. I mean, there were a lot of other things, but not getting into the details. Then I had one more patient. What was that patient about? Do you see my memory? Oh yeah, that patient was having a small bleed in their head, like in the brain, after a motor vehicle accident, and they were in the hospital. They were prophylactically started on a seizure medication at that time, which was only for 7 days, but the patient wanted to make sure that they are okay, they don't need to continue the medication, etc. So in this case, the patient was prophylactically started on it but did not have any seizures. The bleed was also very small, so there were no high concerns of seizures, and as a result, the patient did not have to be on any seizure medication. Good morning. Today is Thursday. Breakfast in the morning, I automatically get into the zone that, oh, it's my day off, but it's not. Oh my god, why is this not opening? But anyway, this is not my day off. I have to go to work at 8:30. I'm shadowing in the neuro-oncology clinic, which is super interesting, so I have to be there in time. I know I have time, but I need to start getting ready, so I'll get onto that by drinking coffee. Amazing. Guys, I'm back from the gym. Today is Thursday, which is day 4 of my 6-day streak in the gym, and I'm so happy about myself. I'm proud of myself. And the best part is I'm actually posting about this on Instagram and in my like broadcast channel on Instagram, where I have a community of you guys. So it's good that others are also doing it, and it's like we are like a motivation to each other. So that's amazing. So yeah, that's one thing to be grateful for today. The other interesting thing about today is that today I was in the mood to eat something chatar-patar. If you know, you know. So I wanted to eat something like spicy, sweet, tangy. So I ordered food. So yeah, let's dig into it. Closer look at the food. I figured actually what is missing in this chart. I think I would have liked more dahi and imli chutney. Before I hop into the shower, let's talk about what kind of cases or patients I saw in clinic today. Starting from the last patient was a 60-year-old gentleman who had these new onset headaches. He was in ED recently, headaches had migrainous features, but still there was a concern. Now you tell me, what is the concern? The headaches have migrainous features. It's a clinical diagnosis. Why are we concerned? Let me give you the answer. The reason why we are concerned is because it is very unusual to have 60-year-old with new onset migraines. This is not the typical age in which you will see migraines. So we want to make sure that we rule out all the crazy, dangerous things before we say that it is migraine. So that's case number 4. Case number 3 was a patient who was seen by us in the past for strokes, and then the patient recently was in the hospital with worsening of left-sided weakness and worsening of dysarthria, which was noted by the family. Dysarthria means slurring of speech. And then the patient got back to the ED, was brought in by the ambulance, and then examined in the ED by our team, who was that time in the hospital, and they did not think that the patient had a new stroke. The patient's blood pressure was low, sugar was high. These are all signs that your previous stroke symptoms can get worse, and that is what they thought. And this patient was now following up again with me in the outpatient clinic just to make sure that if there is anything else that needs to be worked on, we take care of it. Patient number 2, I have to think. Give me a break.
One eternity later.
Sorry, now I remember. So the second case was also another very interesting case. This patient is having these contractions in his body, like anywhere, any muscle group, since the 80s, which has gotten worse over the course of time to the extent that he would have like 15 to 30 contractions in a day, every single day. These are not painful, but just out of the blue, he would just keep having that, and that bothers him, of course. So this was a very, very interesting one. I did discuss it also with one of our specialists in the clinic, and they kind of had an idea about what's going on, and now I also have an idea because I talked to them, but I'm going to read more about it. Yeah, that's interesting. Case number 1, I again don't remember what case number 1 was. Case number 1, let's think.
A few moments later.
Oh, I remember what case number 1 was. Actually, I checked. I don't remember. This was also an interesting one. I know. I had like such an interesting clinic. This is a patient who is following with us, and for a very long time, she had a CVST, which stands for cerebral venous sinus thrombosis. She had it like 2018, and this happened because she was on some contraceptives at that time, which can provoke these kind of thrombus. And then because of that thrombus, she then had seizures. She also had a prior history of seizure, which was childhood seizures. So this is like a little more complicated than what it sounds like. CVST treatment she completed. Childhood seizure she outgrew off. That means she did not have seizures when she turned into an adult. But because of this CVST, she had a new seizure, which was also in 2018. And then she was coming back to follow up with us that if she still needs to be concerned about seizures, if she still needs to be on any medications for that, etc., etc. So that was my patient number 1. I overall had a great clinic with great learning. Actually, every single day in clinic, I'm seeing like a bunch of interesting patients. So I'll keep you all in the loop as I go. I know I forget to update you, but that's the main thing to learn, right?